Yesterday's price is not today's price.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. As always, yesterday's price is not today's price. And what do we mean by that? Whatever you order, whatever you pre-order, whatever you get off the shelf, new comic book day release, it might not be the same price. That's why we're here. That's why we do this. FOC Top 10, countdown style, final order cutoff. That is the day. All the shops have to put in their orders to the publishers, to the distributors, to make sure you get the books that you want. It's why we do this. Dr. Paul, welcome. How you doing? Oh, are you there, Dr. Paul? Hey, I think this is 2 shows in a row we have technical. Yeah, there you go.
That was on me. That was actually on me. What's happening?
That was on you. What's going on? Man,
great,
look.
Man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see this crazy list.
Hold on. Right off the bat, guys already talking. Look at this.
That's perfect. It could be. It could be.
Could be.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I mean, I like the pick.
Hey, and for anyone who doesn't know, I infamously put in a My Little Pony book at number 1 a few weeks ago, and we'll see how that performance does. But look, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to go out on a limb and pick a particular book. Listen, one thing that it's one thing that me and Dr. Paul talked about. We're not an entity or a publication or a media that takes a look at the market after the fact and say, oh, hey, that's hot. Write an article real quick and throw it up. No, we actually go out on a limb, and I put together these lists, and then we see how it performs later in the future. So, yeah, this is like seat of your pants, flying, bull by the balls type deal. And it's exciting, and I love it. And
and Edward Medina said, I ordered 2 just in case. Right? That's great.
We shall see. Hey, soon enough, man, we shall see. Trust the process. Well, you know what? If we're going to trust the process, I tell you what, I ain't. In this process, I'll be Joel Embiid, but not the other guy. That didn't pan out too well. So hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can make it a little lighter so y'all can see my Dr. Paul wants to see my smooth face.
That's right. A little dark in your room there. There we go. There we go.
Dude, I had the mood set here, man. I had some Barry White going on. I got candles. Y'all don't see the candles. I got a bottle of wine over there, man. I had the mood
aroma.
Hey, man, that's right, man. We're trying to set the mood.
You need some aromatherapy.
Oh, that's right. And I got one of those. I got one of those candles, man. I got one of those candles where you just turn it on, light it up, and you can get some aromatherapy going. Let's do a quick FOC update. All right, this was a number 1 pick 4 weeks ago. Battle Chasers number 1, and so I don't know if it's surprising or not, but the Good Girl covers are actually performing very well in the market. Yeah. The Good Girl covers. It's this one and the other one I got is sitting over there. But yeah, cover price, retail price $4. These I've seen these selling for $7, $8, even $10. People really love the red Monica and the other Good Girl cover. So that's actually doing pretty well.
Did you read it, J-Dub? What did you think of the book?
My reviews on Instagram.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll catch it
I
there.
did I did a
Um,
full in-depth review. Yeah. So I'm
I've
not
been
going to research.
searching for back issues of the original series, and I struck out. That's
Yeah.
it's so tough. They're so tough to find. I'll
The
keep looking though.
original the original Battle Chasers were tough at the time they were even out.
Yeah.
They were hot commodities even 25 years ago. I got
Hmm.
several Wonder Woman. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this live. Tell me what you think about Wonder Woman 800 with Trinity. I got several copies of them. I pre-ordered these. I got them at about $4 and something a piece. It's got a $7 price tag. I tell you guys what. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about that Wonder Woman 800. I'm gonna tell you guys what. This is one of the hottest books out right now. And I can't praise this book enough. 7 Years of Darkness is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It was one of my top picks about
Hmm.
2 months ago. It was either number one or number two. Uh, Dr. Paul, I wrote the guy on Instagram, Joseph Schmalke, and I
Hmm.
said, "Hey, what do you think the print run is?" And he said somewhere around 2,000, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a modern ghost already.
exactly. It has a cover A, a cover B, and a cover C. Cover C is 1 in 10. I have not even been able to get a hold of a 1 in 10. None of my shops carried it.
Wow.
Uh, this is cover A. This is number two cover A. Number one, I have cover A and B. I have yet to get a hold of a 1 in 10. I'm not even sure if they even exist unless you can find some online. Someone on Instagram said they managed to order one. They said they loved the story. This is absolutely a great story. It gets 5 stars
Wow.
from me. I think it's going to be an underground hit. Let's go with this. This was another one of my top 5 picks, I think. No, actually, this was either number 1 or 2 for me, maybe 4 weeks
Hmm.
ago.
Hmm.
Edge of Spider-Verse, number 3, the Ramos Spider-Boy. I really like this story. I
Hmm.
really like this story. The backstory of Bailey. What's this kid's name? Let's look it
You
up real
were
quick.
you, you were out in front of it. It's hot right now, but you
It
were
is hot
talking
right
about
now.
it 2 months ago.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. This the backup story. Little Bailey, where you at, kiddo? Great story. I was actually surprised how much I liked it. Bailey Briggs. Bailey Briggs. There you go. Great cover. This particular cover, they had like I think four covers. This one sold out first. And
Mm. I
I
can
have a
see that.
major comic book store. This one sold out first. Um, yeah, this is the intro, backstory, the origin story of Spider Boy. I was actually surprised with the direction they went in. Still a mystery. No one knows for sure. Let's see. Triple T Gameplay said that the Wonder Woman 800 was amazing. Okay, I still have to read it. Future JLA. All right. Okay, cool. Cool. I still have to read mine. And anyone who's been following me forever, Dr. You already know. When it comes to Star Wars, you already know.
High Republic.
This was, I think this was the top pick, number one pick, way back in February. I think it was way back in February. Star Wars High Republic Adventures Quest of the Jedi. This is actually cover B. Cover B is the tough get. This is the hard one to get.
Mm.
Most stores either don't carry this, don't carry enough, or didn't even bother ordering cover B. Um, always go in, always go in, always go check your shelves, guys. Always go in and check your shelves just in case. I went over to the kids section because that's where these hide. These hide in the kids section. And
Right.
there was a stack. Dr. Paul, I saw a stack of these. I thought,
For
I was
real.
like, no, I said, I must be dreaming, or I was like, this has to be a second print. Nope, it's a first print. I said, this must be a dinged up copy. No, this is a perfect copy. I said, there's something I'm missing. I sat there and stared at this book for 2 minutes, and then I grabbed a handful. Hey, man, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you ever,
if you collect long enough, you run into caches and stashes that
right.
that just get overlooked or missed for one reason or another. I've come across a few of them in my collecting career, and so that's great.
Yeah,
Grab
I've heard people use the term, what is it, honeypot? I think they call it honeypot or something like that.
Yeah. That's like a pickle
Oh,
term. Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Empire. Empire, dude. Empire Comics. I forgot where he's at, but he's got this killer store. They always have keys, man. They always have keys left over after everyone sells out. I don't know how he does it. And then my Dan Worms. Dan Worms is another guy I follow on Instagram. He's up in Canada. He's got like the honey pots of all honey pots. But anyway, tonight's top 10 list. First of all, we got 7 people. Thank everyone for showing up, all 7 of you so far.
Awesome.
Listen, it's all about the live show because the countdown, revealing each book one at a time. Plus, if you're down in the comment section, what do we call it? We call it the trenches. If you're down in the trenches, you can leave your comments, all that fun stuff. But first,
trench mob.
That's right. First, what do you have for us today? Do you have something special for us, Dr. Paul? What have you been up to?
Yeah, I've been up to a lot. But what we're going to talk about today is an incredible book. You know that the DCU is being relaunched.
Yes.
And you know that one of the first properties is going to be called Lanterns.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's going to be a season-long show on what used to be called HBO Max and is now just called Max. And it's going to be terrestrial-based, and it's going to feature the origins of Hal Jordan and our favorite Green Lantern, John Stewart. And it is supposed to be the anchor upon which they basically rebuild the DCU. So
hold on.
Yeah, please.
So the relaunch of the DCU is going to be built around the Lanterns. I didn't know any of this.
They're on record saying that this is basically ground zero for the new DCU.
Did you guys in the comments, did y'all know this? And if you did, why didn't anyone tell me? But I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's publicly out there. No, it's publicly out there. So you know that I'm a Golden Age, Silver Age fan. John Stewart came along in the Bronze Age. So the play for me here is Hal Jordan. And so I acquired a really special book and did an unboxing this week. I talked about the history of it like I normally do, why it's a significant book, and what the market is like. So the book is Showcase Presents, number 22. And here I have it right here. It's a raw book. And this is the first appearance of Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is the Silver Age Green Lantern, and he was the second of the Silver Age superheroes. So when the Silver Age started, they relaunched Golden Age heroes with new origin stories. The first one was The Flash. Green Lantern was the second one. So what's interesting about this book is this book is it's a mega key, right? It's very early. It's 1959. So it's very early Silver Age. And it traditionally in a slab, it sells for well over $1,000 a point. So when we talk about big Silver Age keys, this is how we usually talk about them. It sells for $500 a point. It sells for $1,000 a point, et cetera, right? So a 5.0 of this book sells for $6,500. That's the fair market value.
Is this the book you have right here in your video right here?
Yeah. So I bought a raw copy, and I go through what I look for in a raw, how I estimate the grade, and what the upside potential is, and how, frankly, you do take risks on when you buy a raw book. So
yeah, because it says here you gambled $2,500, so you acquired this for $2,500.
That's what I spent on this raw book, and slabbed. If it grades out at a 5.0 and doesn't have any problems, doesn't have restoration, isn't missing pages, or isn't something else I missed, this book should sell fair market value for $6,500.
Can I say something here?
Yeah,
There's a but.
But that's why you have to, these books have been around a long time, right? So this book's been around over 60 years. It's changed hands quite a bit. Things happen to the books that sometimes are very subtle. Even sellers don't know necessarily they don't know the total history of the book. Very few sellers at this point are original owners of these books. So you do take risk on, and you have to, this is why raw books sell for less than CGC slapped books or CBS or PGEX even. And the reason is because you are taking risk on, and you have to evaluate that. You have to sort of put that into your pricing model. So those are the sorts of things we talk about. It's so it's a pretty epic unboxing, and hopefully people will enjoy that and check out the video. We'll put a link in the description.
That's pretty cool. The reason you got me excited for a second, and everyone that's watching. So let's take a look at this video, because you and I, when we talk offline, we talk about what's the next move in the market, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let me see something. All right. So you acquired this for $2,500.
Yep. Plus shipping and
right?
taxes. Mm-hmm.
And you said you're basically giving it a once over to make sure there's no restoration and to see, and all of this is in your video, correct?
Mm-hmm. And I talk about the history. So one of the things I like to do, what's interesting about how the Silver Age happened is there was kind of a linear progression. The Flash, the Green Lantern, the Justice League, then the Fantastic
God,
Four.
look at that. Look at those pages.
It does have nice page quality. I think
wow.
I'll give a zoom in.
Oh, there it is. There's the owl card. I was looking for that.
Go. There's a zoom in with the owl card. It does have very nice page quality. It's a nice book.
That is, man. The reason I brought that up, let's go back to it, because I told you I was doing a part of a project, and guys watching, this is not AR or any kind of artificial. Anyway, this is the real deal. So before you and I met, and this is the story of how Dr. Paul and I came into contact. Before we met, I was actually watching his videos online, not knowing who he was, not knowing he's here in Austin. All right.
Right.
Watching his videos. Watching his videos 2 years ago. And what I did was I used techniques from your video to basically do as much as I could to this Daredevil #1.
Ooh.
This is a Daredevil #1. This is the real deal. Okay.
Oh, I love this book.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
And let me tell you, if I paid more attention to your stain removal, I would have got that off. But it was darker. I did, yeah. And this was from watching the video.
You might have left a half point on the table, maybe.
I did. So the reason I brought this out, because I ended up getting a 4.5, which at its peak, this was going for 6. Oh, no, closer to 7 at its peak.
Yeah.
Right now it's hovering around 4,500, 5,000.
Yeah, Daredevil 1 still sells for, even in this bear market, sells for over $1,000 a point as well. I would put it, without looking at the data today and the very last sales, I would, in my mind, put it between $4,750 and $5,000. I
feel like if I had just handed this over to you, you would have got that stain for sure. You would have clobbered that. You would have clobbered that stain.
Yeah, we could crack it and have another go at it if you want.
Oh, that sounds exciting. That sounds fun. Yeah, so guys, if you're watching, I know you guys are here for the FOC Top 10, but Dr. Paul, real life PhD, by the way, this guy is like genius level when it comes to paper conservation, right? Paper conservation.
Conservation, as opposed to restoration, it is different.
Yes.
You know what? Speaking of that, maybe I'm going to tease something. We're going to do a show next week, J-Dub?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. let's do a live announcement next week. Let's just tease it today.
All right.
Regarding comic book conservation. I have something I've
Sure.
been working on for a while, and I've
All
been
right.
thinking about how to unveil it. Let's do it on your show. Let's do it on your show a week from today.
Cool. Let's do it. All right. We'll lock
All
that
right.
in. All right. We'll lock that in. Yeah, but yeah, that Daredevil number 1, 4.5, probably could have got a 5 or a 5.5 if so. You said we're going to crack it open and have at it. So yeah, guys, definitely follow Dr. Paul at his Instagram, which will take you to his YouTube page as well. He's giving away insane information for free. I'm trying to talk him into doing a masterclass and start charging your asses for this amazing information. He's a benevolent person.
Yeah, that's true. I do it for the community.
He does. He really does. The information you give out is a game changer. And there you go. And yeah,
Oh, thank
so
you.
Triple T says it's supposed to be like, which is cool because that's the Green Lanterns is basically the police force of the known universe. So
Yeah.
that sounds about right. Yeah. Now, is the Lantern Corps? Are they like Nova Corps for Marvel? Marvel's like Nova Corps.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Nova
obviously,
Corps is like
they're the original Nova Corps, right? Because it goes way
Right.
back.
right.
Yeah, and so that was all built during the Silver Age. So this book here, this introduces the concept of the Green Lantern Corps, and we do meet the Green Lantern that from the sector that passes away, and he gives his ring to Hal. Okay.
Oh wow.
But at this point, we don't have the Guardians of the Galaxy yet.
No.
Oa hasn't been described, any of that. Oa
Right.
comes 4 issues later in Green Lantern number 1 when they launched that, 1960. So that was all built in the 90s, mostly written by John Broome, mostly conceptualized, artistically by Gil Kane.
Yeah.
Super classic stuff. By the way, the original Green Lantern Silver Age series only only 89 issues. It's actually something that especially if you collect on a budget, you can collect those raw in lower grade. That's a fun Silver Age series to collect. It's really classic, a lot of fun. Only a couple of big keys that are gonna, you can get, if you're willing to get reader copies, they're not going to break the bank. So I always try to point people to, I like the hunt, right? This is what I enjoy. I know for you too, you're hunting like the new releases, right? And that's a big part of the fun. For me, collecting Golden and Silver Age, a big part of the fun is the hunt. And so, I like to steer people towards affordable and achievable Silver Age goals. And that's another great one.
I got to show this again before we even get into it. Look at that, dude. Look at that page. Jesus.
That's the second story in the book. Yeah.
God, look how clean. Look how clean. Let's go full screen with it. Look how clean that is, man.
Yeah, it's got some nice page quality.
They look so crisp. That's crazy.
Yeah. And well over 60 years old now, right? 65 years old, this book, actually.
I would say this is 2,500 well spent, especially now. What do you plan to do with this?
I haven't decided yet. So one of the issues, see that little tag right there?
Yeah.
And there's another tear here.
Yeah.
One of the issues with this book is what I think is best for the book is not actually probably going to net me the biggest sort of value creation or creation of equity for the book. Tape is terrible, frankly, for the long-term preservation of paper documents. But tape gets a free pass from CGC, CBS, PGX. They don't consider it restoration.
Right.
So I would like to do an archival tear seal for those 2 tears. And if I do an archival tear seal, I believe that's what's in the best interest of the book long-term. And then I think other than that, it just needs a very light cleaning and a press. It hardly needs anything.
I'm sitting here nodding my head like I know what you're talking about, but that shit, archival tears, yeah.
But the
problem. Do you have a video? Do you have a video on that?
Oh yeah, lots of them. Actually, I dropped one just this past week on. And anybody, if you look at the playlists on my channel, I have a playlist for all of my conservation efforts, and then I have another playlist for unboxings and another playlist for comic calls.
What do you say to people about rusted staples?
Rusty staples are, I actually have a couple videos on how to manage rusty staples. So the
Yes,
biggest
you
thing
do.
about rusty staples is, has the rust migrated into the paper? If it has, it's very difficult to remove that from the paper. And so if you take care of the staple itself, you're still going to have the evidence that it used to be rusty. And because the thing about the iron is, the iron literally like embeds itself in the paper. Very difficult to remove rust stains, almost impossible. So if you have rust that's just on the staple, I have multiple techniques for dealing with that. You can remove the staple, you can clean it, you can re-galvanize it, put it back. If you're careful, CGC won't even know you did that. There's several ways to clean it. You can use electrolysis, or you can derust it chemically. I talk about which ways I prefer. And then I actually have had success. You can make a new staple from scratch. And I will just tell you, I have made staples from scratch that have fooled CGC. They thought
Yeah,
they were
you did.
original.
You mentioned that. You mentioned that in a previous video.
And I have a video on how to do that. The other way that you can also deal with it is you can find a replacement staple from a period correct book.
Mhm.
And yeah, folks who do a lot of cleaning and pressing, who have conservation experience, there's lots of good guys out there. I guess I'd like to say there are gals too. I don't want to be sexist, but I don't know any of them that can do that for you. Or you can develop those skills yourself using some of the resources out there, including my channel.
Yeah, you had one of the best ones I've seen when I was looking, and so we're just gonna go with that. But I tell you what, let's jump into the top 10. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna start off with number 10. You guys ready? Everybody ready? Yo, first of all, let me say this was both the most exciting list and also the toughest list that drove me crazy. No, I'm serious. So, guys, all 10 of you watching, 10 people here, 10 likes live. Thank you. I'm going to do something different this time. And this is a little bit of a cheat. I'm going to show you the books that didn't make it. So, technically, since I'm going to show you on the show, they kind of do make it. They're just not in the top 10. So, here we go. Here we go. Let's get the drum roll. These are J-Dub, the Bad Boy Nerds, F.O.C. Top 10. Who didn't make it?
Almost made it.
Almost made it. Here we go. Starting at this one. This one did not make it, but it is such a great cover.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, such a beautiful cover. She-Hulk number 15 by Jeff DeCal. I really tried to justify squeezing it in at number 10. This is so photogenic.
Yeah.
I almost think it's AI, but nah, Jeff's got those skills.
DeCal
Jeff's got
is
those
on top
skills.
of it. Yeah, DeCal.
Yeah, man. I tell you, I wanted to put this in so bad, but
you couldn't find room for this. I want to see the list, man.
I know, that's the thing. I couldn't find room for that She-Hulk, man. Wow. That She-Hulk is a killer.
I'm a DeCal fan. When I don't buy very many modern books, when I do buy them, he's often the artist.
We've been talking about JTC lately, and he's been kind of switching up his stuff. Dude, this is not JTC.
No, it's not.
No, this is Rodriguez.
Yeah. Doing
his best JTC impression.
A negative space thing.
Oh my God. Tales of Titans. Tales of Titans number 1. Spotlight on Starfire. Now this is Neg. This is Neg right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like cool. It's basically an orange cover with the silver outlining and then hair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This was number 9 up until today.
You had to put something else in.
Man, I hope.
I like it.
I hope I don't regret it.
Tales of the Titans.
Yeah,
There was a miniseries called Tales of the New Teen Titans. That was a
yeah.
4-issue miniseries that did all origin stories. Remember that? She starred in one of them, but it wasn't issue 1.
All
I
right,
want to say
here's
it was number
one.
3.
Now this one was on the top 10 list, but it got bumped by all these other books. Battle Chasers 11. Just a typical cool cover.
just
Great cover.
Just J Mad going, just being J. It is J Mad, right?
No, this is actually John Boy Myers.
Oh, is it?
I think it's John Boy. It said Myers. I just assumed John Boy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I was like,
It's in that it's in that style of J Mad though.
Yeah. I mean, solid cover. Not quite top 10 quality, but yeah.
I mean, that looks like more than a side. Yeah, I love it.
This one was actually in the top. I want to say it was like, I think this was number 8, and it just got bumped. Night Terror's Punchline. I love VHS covers. I love movie posters.
Tape cover, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the 1 in 25 variant for Punchline. This is the VH horror. Takes you back to like the Blockbuster days, pretty much.
Yeah.
Coming soon to home
along the bottom.
Oh, dude, it's the details, man. Just what? I'm starting to feel bad that it didn't make the top 10. Now that I keep looking at it.
Yeah, that's a funny one. But you know what's weird about it? It's got the sticker like it's a VHS tape, but it had folds on it like it was a movie poster.
Thank you.
Both?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. What's up, Tall Dan? Thanks for great to have you, man. You're right on time. Tall Dan, we're doing the honorable mentions.
We got all the preambles out of the way.
Okay, now this one, guys, this one's weird because the early solicits has a different cover, but for whatever reason, this cover popped up. I'm not sure if this was final art, but it's one of our favorite artists. She is one of our favorite artists, not named. Well, you'll see who it is. Look at that. Stilza Micah, man, making an epic comeback. Look at that. Harley Quinn, black, white, and redder. But here's the problem. This isn't official yet. I just found it on a website.
Wow.
And this is a 1 in 25 variant. So I wasn't even sure if I should add it or not. But damn it, I love this.
If that is for real, that's gonna be a hot cover.
I know. They have someone else listed officially as the 1 in 25 variant artist, but then this solo popped up, so I was conflicted. So anyway, there's the cheat, guys. Look out for it. Maybe not.
Those are some great books, man. I can't wait to see the real list.
Oh, I would love if that was a foil. Coming in, starting off the list at number 10.
Let's go.
Brand new for Image Comics, Scrapper number 1. Listen, this was about to get beat out by 3 other covers, but I kind of had a little bit of FOMO because of what Ambassadors did, and I was like, damn it, if I don't put this on the top 10,
it's got to be on the list.
Dude, I know people love dogs, I know people love animals, and this is like, it was described as Blade Runner with dogs.
And it kind of looks like that in the lower image, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I'm just like, dude, I wouldn't have felt good about myself if I kept this off the list.
Right, and people missed out on it.
Oh my God! Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. Ambassadors was like number 3? I think number 3, and it turned out to be a big hit. Turned out to be a huge hit. And so I'm just like, maybe Image is on fire right now. Let's just go ahead and throw in Scrapper at number 10. And it was something that you said weeks ago. You were like, the main cover is the way to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. Main cover.
First appearance characters on the cover.
First appearance characters on the cover. Previews.com has preview pages. You could probably find some preview pages. Story reads pretty great. Great artwork. Love the layouts. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, this is where it gets tough. Immediately, this gets tough. Bear with me. Matter of fact, leave your comments. Tell me what you think about number 9. So, I used to be a hardcore X-Men fan, but in the past 2 or 3 years, they've just mixed up the writers and the direction so much. But the one shining light has been the Hellfire Gala. So coming at number 9, the Hellfire Gala is a massive 75-page book, and it's a $10 comic book.
Okay.
But they promise that they're going to make sweeping changes. They're saying there's going to be bold reveals and changes. I think, was it last year they killed somebody like Wanda or someone?
Who could say? Who could keep track?
Yeah. If anyone's reading X-Men, I think it was last year during the Hellfire Gala, they like killed one of the characters. People went crazy. The price shot up. Obviously, no one stays dead, but they're promising something big is going to happen. This is like a prelude to the Fall of X. Fall of X is supposed to be the big summer event.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler covers have been really hot lately. So, Dr. Paul, I look at spoilers kind of like you're getting a mystery box. You order it, cover comes out, maybe you struck gold. Who knows? Look, ever since Spider-Man 7, Marvel's been going spoiler cover crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, people do like them. People like gambling. People
Right.
enjoy that, right?
Right.
That's why raffles are popular, and that's why opening packs of cards is popular, etc. So I could see that.
Yeah, $10 is a huge ask for a book. I mean, it's a massive book. It's almost like a 100-page giant. But 10 effing dollars, dude. Obviously, pre-order it and get it for like $7.50 or $7. Spoiler, we'll see what happens. It came in at number 9. We'll see. I was very conflicted about this book in general, but I'm willing to give X-Men another chance, which is why coming in at number 8, I'm all over this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm all over this one. X-Men number 25. This is Kitty Pryde. She's about to get a massive makeover. She's about to become Ninja Kitty Shadow Cat with a K.
Shadow Cat, yeah.
Yeah.
Because her name is Catherine.
There you go. Exactly. So I am a little bit excited about this.
Freaking cool.
I think it is myself. Yes, I think so. Again, this is a prelude to Fall of X. Yeah. I would love to see Shadow Cat come out with a little more edge to her. She's like a pirate captain right now or something.
Uh-huh.
So,
that's an old throwback storyline to Chris Claremont. When she was the captain of a pirate ship. She told I think it was a bedtime story to Ilyana before Ilyana got aged up.
Dude, how old are you? You remember that? Because I remember that too.
Boom.
I was like 10 when that issue, or 8 when that came out. I remember that.
I mean, this is a favorite character of mine. I've thought she's underutilized for a long time. There's been flashes of them using her brilliantly, but
Excalibur,
not consistent enough for me. So that's great.
She's always proven herself as a leader of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's led her team on numerous occasions. All you X-Men heads out there will remember when Mandarin turned Psylocke into a ninja, like X-Men 256 or 257. I got the whole X-Men catalog in my head.
It's Rivage.
Yeah. Prior to everyone knowing that, it was Ninja Psylocke. So Ninja Shadow Cat definitely got my attention.
Well, that goes back to the Kitty Pryde and Wolverine limited series. 6-issue limited series where she basically was trained as a ninja assassin by Ogun.
Is that when she went to Japan with Ogun? Yeah.
Yeah. And well, it turns out her dad was in business with some some bad guys, and they kidnapped him and threatened him, and then turns out, yeah, she followed him to Japan and got in a lot of trouble. Yeah, and then Logan showed up. Yeah, that's actually pretty excellent.
It is.
Animated series. Yeah,
It really is. Look at you, man, bringing up the classics, man.
I mean, you giving me you're lobbing softballs at me here with Kitty Pryde holding the ninja katana.
I know exactly. All right, let's do number 7, man. Number 7 coming in again. Another
Ooh.
spoiler. Look, if you're any Venom fans out there, if you're a Venom fan, there's major changes going on with Venom. Toxin. Venom's supposed to be getting some kind of secret overhaul. They're supposed to be updating the character or whatever. The Cafu spoiler variant. I couldn't find anything online as of this show. Maybe they did some reveals, but again, retail price spoiler variant for Venom number 23. So keep a lookout for that. Now, this is where the list really starts to pick up. This is the big deal for this summer. Number of symbiotes, Carnage.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the thing, man, right now. Yeah. Anyone who recognizes this artist, put it in the comment section. Put it in the comments before I say it. But this Death of Venomverse, great covers.
Wow.
It's got great covers. All the covers are great, but this particular artist, he has a very special history of great variant covers. So this is the 1 in 10 Death of Venomverse number 1 in 10, and no one said the artist yet because they're busy looking it up. This is the Del Lato. This is the Del Lato.
Gabriel Del Lato.
Yeah, I think he has 2 covers. I think he does. Yeah, I think he has 2 covers, and this is one of them. Yeah,
This is going to be a connecting cover, J-Dub.
Yeah. I think
That's what it's going to be, because look at how we have partial images off to the side. They wouldn't do that otherwise. It's distracting.
You noticed that, right?
Connecting. Yeah.
Let me see. Let's verify that real quick. Yes, he's got 2. All right, he's got this one, and then he has a Virgin connecting. So, yeah, man, this is nuts. He's got 2 separate. He's doing double duty.
Yeah.
He's pulling double duty. But
I love it's 2 pieces of art and not rehashed.
Man.
Or just recolored or something or zoomed in.
Well,
I mean, obviously incredibly talented. We couldn't even imagine when we were kids there being art like this on the covers of comic books.
Oh, no.
It's unreal.
Yeah, no. And you actually brought it up before, like the old school covers where they would just give you like a synopsis of the story,
right?
And the words and all of that. But now, dude, that's the beautiful thing that for me justifies the price of the book. Like you're buying hella artwork right now.
Yeah. And especially with DC, the actual production quality of the paper and everything is also justifies it.
Absolutely. Yeah, DC with their cars. So, all right, coming in at number 5. So, who actually read Void Rivals? I liked it. I liked it a lot. This is number 2. This is the main cover. Here's the thing. If this book becomes anything, it's going to be the early issues. Everyone's going to go scrambling back to go get the early issues. So I'm like, yeah, just go ahead and get number 1 and number 2. This
so
actually
people. This is the Transformers G.I. Joe universe that Kirkman is writing, correct?
Energon verse. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what he calls it.
Yeah.
Or as we like to say, the Hasbro verse.
The Hasbro verse. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Issue number 2, as we all know, usually have a slightly lower print run. So, you got to just get it. You got to get them. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I'm with Toom. I'm all in on it myself. I'm not quite all in. I'm going to get like number 1, number 2. I'll probably get like the first 5. I do And me and Mo MA3, we were talking about this. Those second prints with Jetfire, and then the second print 1 in 25, which were basically number 1 and number 2 from last week's show. Yeah, I went kind of heavy on that. I went kind of heavy on that. We'll see. In about 4 weeks, we'll see how big I went. Speaking of big, guys, number 1 is major this week. So, unfortunately, I hope, as I was saying in the headline, that you guys don't go broke. I put that prank up on Instagram, and people were writing me and like, "Hey man, is someone talking about you? Like, what's going on? Why are you apologizing? You don't have to apologize for your list." I was like, "Hey, you need to load up the second story." It's a joke. I'm apologizing for your wallet. I'm apologizing for your wallet in advance. Everything's fine until your wallet comes into play. Because coming in at number 4, Scarlet Witch, dude. So I like this current Scarlet Witch run. I've been reading it. Hexfinder. She finally has a foe who is on her level of magic and sorcery. And yeah, judging by this cover, she does some damage. So Scarlet Witch
cover.
Number 7, debut of a powerful new villain called Hexfinder. We're looking at the 1 in 50 ratio variant.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So guys, start hunting now. If you want it, start hunting.
Who is the artist on this?
On the 1 in 50?
Yeah.
Let's look it up. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. So the artist for the 1 in 10 is one of my favorites, Sarah Pacelli.
Yeah, that's Sarah Pacelli right there.
Yeah, but for the 1 in 50, I did not write that down. Let me look that up real quick. I don't even think they had it listed. It just said 1 in 50.
It's a little bit reminiscent of a few different artists. I can't quite place it. It has a movie poster type feel to it as well.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who I thought it was by just looking at it. It almost had a kind of it's like a mixture. It has kind of a Hughes feel to it, and then a little bit of someone else to it. But it's actually
a little bit like Humberto Ramos art.
Dude, it's Hetrick. I don't know who Hetrick is.
I'm a fan.
Well, I'm a fan because mainly Jonathan Hickman's writing it. He's one of my favorite writers.
Oh.
Yeah. I love Jonathan Hickman. Me personally.
What issue is this? How far are we into this Scarlet Witch series?
This is going to be number 7. Right now, I think number 5 is out.
Okay.
Or 6. I think 6 just dropped.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. It's been great. They actually debuted a character back in number 3 or 4. She's a pretty cool character. It was a character that was like immune to magic.
That's another good.
Yeah, it was a character that was immune.
That's kind of like her kryptonite. You got to have some interesting stuff like that, right? I mean, she's basically anything she can dream about becomes reality. So that's tough to create drama for her, right?
Absolutely. So apparently, yeah, this new character, and that's what caught my eye is the fact that they finally introduced someone who's on her beyond Omega power level, you know?
The last time she had her own ongoing series, I really wanted to like it, and I liked the art direction of the covers, but I read it, and I just thought, it's just not.
Wasn't feeling it?
No, it just wasn't that interesting. And I don't know who the writer was. I apologize. But, it's a great character, obviously, going back all the way to X-Men number 4 from 1964. So why not have premier writers, and why not have her own ongoing where she could carry, her own story? So I'm on board.
Well, the thing about Wanda's she's a little bit OP, depending on who writes her. She can rewrite the universe, or she can, warm up your coffee. But
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, she does. Her thing is she needs a worthy foe,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I'm not saying
I'm
it's
just
easy to write her, that's for sure, but they ought to be able to do it.
yeah, and I'm just kind of hoping that with this next issue coming up, it got my attention. It cracked the top 10. It's number 4, and the top 3 guys, 3, 2, 1, are very, very interesting. Thank you all for sticking around to watch this live, and we're going to end the show right there. I'll see you on Instagram. No, I'm just kidding.
Peace.
Yeah. Number 3. Very excited about number 3. Miles
Crossover.
Morales, Strange Academy, crossover. You got Miles. He's hot.
Great
You got the
properties.
Strange Academy kids. They're hot. Introduces new characters. I'm excited about that.
Ooh, okay.
And here's the thing. Strange Academy rarely does a 1 in 25. You are looking at a 1 in 25 ratio variant on the left.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one to go get. That Scotty Young was going for up to $100 last time they did it.
Yep.
Try to get this ASAP. This is why this came in at number 3, guys. If you're a Strange Academy Miles fan, this is one of their. God, I don't think this is their first time meeting. No, I think it is their first time meeting.
I don't know of any.
Spider-Man popped up in an early issue of Volume 1. I don't know if Miles has crossed over yet. Either way, first time official crossover. 1 in 25 ratio variant, guys. Go after this 1 in 25 tonight. Try to get it tonight. Otherwise, one of my favorite artists, Humberto Ramos, he has a connecting variant. That's the one on the right in the inset. I love Strange Academy. It could have been number 1, except the top 2 are so amazing.
Yeah, what I said about Scarlet Witch's ongoing, the opposite for Strange Academy, right? It's so easy to read. It's fun. You want it. You want the next issue. It goes by too quickly, right?
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. And Scotty Young, man. Shout out to Scotty Young. I know you watch my show. Actually, I don't know that, but it'd be cool if you did. No, he's a pretty damn good writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a pretty damn good writer, man. He writes this series, and there's like 10 different characters, maybe even a dozen students, and he makes it all work. It never sounds.
People may know him as the cover artist that does the Marvel Babies type style art, but he's a writer first, right? So that's not shocking. He's always been super talented writer. I actually think he started the Marvel Babies type covers as like kind of a side joke, but it's been so popular. Maybe a lot of people know him more for that, but he's a writer first, very talented.
I didn't even know that. I did not know he was a writer first. I had no idea, man. Absolutely. I just thought he did the whole baby style stuff. But anyway, go after that 1 in 25. Thank me later. You're welcome. Number 2. So number 2 was going to be number 1, but number 1's such a killer. Honestly, I can shuffle these and I won't be upset either way. But coming in at a strong number 2, guys, listen to me when I tell you. This series, I've been reading comic books since 1987, 1980. Oh, yeah, I'm actually older than I look, if you don't know. Yeah, Dr. Paul knows how old I am. It's like a mystery. I'm not telling you. Let's just say I was alive in the 80s, all right? And I was reading comic books in the 80s, so I wasn't born in the 80s. And since 87, 88, there's been several times when a book comes out and it turns out to be a hit, like an underground hit. Some early stuff like maybe Johnny the Homicidal Maniac or Milk and Cheese. See, I remember all that shit. Bone from Jeff Smith.
Bone.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, 7 Years of Darkness belongs in that category. This is an excellent series. I just read number 2. I read number 2 in the store.
Wow.
I couldn't even wait to get home. I got it. And, oh, by the way, I go to 2 shops here in Austin. Anyone who's been to Austin kind of know which. It's 3 main shops. I usually go to 2. They had none. None. They had none. The only 2 they had were the 2 I ordered.
Wow.
I stood there. I read it. I was like, oh, shit, this is amazing. I'm sitting there reading it. I go to my car after I buy it. I sit in my car. I read it. I come home. I read it again. This is the truth, man.
Wow.
They just don't print enough.
You have this iconic style of art.
Dude, you have to pre-order it if you want to even get
the main
a chance.
cover. I mean, the main covers, really.
Oh, I know.
I mean, they're both great, but I really like this main cover. Speaks to me. This is just printed on yellow cardstock, and then it's just a very minimal color over it.
Dude,
it creates that negative space feeling without ink, right? Because that's yellow cardstock.
I remember when 30 Days of Night, Ben Templesmith came out, and it was a massive hit. Turn of the century, early 2000. It was a massive hit. And it had like a print run of like the low thousands.
Do you want to know what that reminds me of a little bit too? I was on the ground floor when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, and the first 4 issues were 2 color covers. They just had 1 color and black over white.
Wow.
And it has a similar feel, right? It probably has a similar or even lower print run.
Guys, listen. When we get on this show, it's not like we're trying to prove we're right. We just have fun proving we're right. So, so when I tell you this is listen. So cover B is a ghost. I have 1 copy of cover B of number 1. I did not even get number 2 cover B, and there's a cover C 1 and 10. I don't even think 1 and 10s exist. I haven't seen one yet. So I don't know what to tell you. Just try to order what you can, and hopefully your orders get fulfilled. But the reason cover B is significant because if you read the story, that cover means so much. It just means so much. And I absolutely love the story.
One day, cover B means so much.
The cover, the art. The art of cover B. When you read the story, you know.
I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
The significance of what cover B represents and this is only issue 3. Now, I need you guys to pay attention. Up there in the box where it says year 1. Okay. So again, I wrote Joseph Schmalke on Instagram, and I was like, in the comments section, I said, hey, is this a mini series or is it an ongoing series? He wrote back and he said the wildest shit I have ever heard anyone ever say. He said this is a 7-year project and he's only going to do it once a year. I'm like, who the F does that?
Yeah.
Like, who does that? So this is year 1 and it says right there.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say it's 300 issues. I've already plotted them.
No, he's not. Who's that? Dave Sim?
Dave Sim, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Cerebus. Yeah. No. He said it's a 7-year project. He's only printing them out each miniseries 1 time a year for the next 7 years. So, folks, if it's a passing fancy or if I'm dead right and I'm on to something, either way, whatever's out there this year, that's it. Wow. Until he puts out the next one. So,
year 2. 7
Years of Darkness gets and the more I talk about it, the more I don't understand why this isn't number 1. Except number 1. Listen, I told you guys when Ambassadors came out, I said why I liked it, and I said you should get it. And Ambassadors flew off the shelves, and the big ones was issue number 1, cover A, issue number 2, cover A. They were going for $25 a piece online, and now it's been built at Ambassadors, and Mark Miller, he's about to. This is the sequel to Wanted. Is a secret. This is the secret sequel to Wanted, and Mark Miller is going to combine his entire Millerverse into this massive project.
Wow.
So guys, I don't have insider information. Don't quote me. Don't say, "Oh, J-Dub, you said this is going to do that." No. All I'm saying is I'm right a lot. I have decent instincts, and go all in. I'm going all in on this.
Wow.
All in. There's like 6 covers.
Wow.
Dr. Paul, tell me what you think about Big Game based on everything I've just said.
I mean, obviously, Mark Miller's got the ability, the track record, and he's positioned, has the resources to make something big happen. You want to be in on the ground floor, right? This looks, but also this looks cool. This has got some great character design. I want to see more of the covers.
Dr. Paul, did you know Mark Miller has his own division within Netflix?
I mean, I only knew it because you told me. But I listened, so yes, I did know that.
Yeah. No, he almost has a blank check at Netflix. Yeah. Big Game combines Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Nemesis, The Magic Order, Wanted, and I'm assuming Ambassadors into a massive event. There are multiple covers.
Oh, yeah.
I have featured the top secret cover, which whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, right.
Look at that. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, cool.
I look at this. Look at this little Raz cover. Look at that. Oh, wow. Kick ass and hit girl. Come on, man. Kick ass. And it almost looks like a Jay Lee cover.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason this cover.
I like the one.
Thank you. I was just about to say. But it's so important. This might be the secret. I'm not sure. No one knows because it's secret. It's so important to collect, try to collect, and this is where it's going to hurt your wallet. Try to collect each of number 1. That's what I'm going for. I'm going to go after each one of number 1. When Ambassadors hit, all right. When Ambassador, wow, he's right. Dude, nothing Star Wars dropped this week. That's crazy. You know, I had this weird feeling in my neck like, shit, something's wrong. What's wrong with this list?
There was a disturbance in the force.
There was a disturbance in the front. Good looking out, Tall Dan. That's what it was, man. No, when Ambassadors hit, and I read the synopsis, and then when it came out and hit, it caught everyone by surprise because it actually turned out better than expectations. So when people went to go buy it, people started snatching it up. And then when the word got out, people were like, oh, shit, let me go get that. And it was gone, you know. And like you said, people really loved the main cover. Cover A was gone. Number 2 sold out even more. Number 2 in the prices. So, yeah, I think I'm going all in on Big Game. Sometimes people write me on Instagram and they say, how many are you going to buy? It's almost embarrassing how many I buy. I don't even want to say. I just follow my gut. I'm like 2 of this one, 2 of this one, 2 of this one, 5 of that one, 2 of that, and I end up with like just a stack of like number 1s. But what ends up happening is you get like 10 copies of these at a market value of $20 a piece, and the rest is history. Or you end up with what Dungeons and Dragons. And we already know how that went. So yeah.
Wow, incredible list, J-Dub. Thank you as always for all of the hard work that you put into that and for sharing it with everybody.
So hey,
incredible.
Dr. Paul, I'm gonna need you to. It's my wallet. I'm gonna need you to help me finance some of these books.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
I'll offer you good terms.
Ooh, yeah, I end up with like
you can sell a few books to finance it.
Yeah, and it comes with the game code.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I haven't. Someone asked me if I like the story. I'm like, dude, it's sealed. I haven't even read the story. I don't know. Bought it. They're making that movie. Yeah, they're making a movie. Uh, so sometimes what happens. I got to say this while you guys are still watching. Usually, what happens is everything's not a hit out the gate. Everything's not a new comic book day flip. Some things it could be a year later, and you go in your vault and you have copies. So for me, I'm stacking up on Spider-Boy covers, So tell me how you guys feel about Spider-Boy. I think Spider-Boy's, I think he's a significant character. I'm actually grabbing all the Spider-Boy covers, all the different prints. Yeah, everything's not a new comic book day, same day flip.
Yeah.
So, High Republic.
Sometimes it's a slow burn, right?
Slow burn. Yeah, High Republic, Spider-Boy, Dungeons and Dragons. This is why when you do this list, like a FOC list, you can pre-order it, save a little money, stack it in your collection, and then you can build up a nice value for later on, man. So yeah. So what did you think about that?
I loved the list. I loved all the way up into the honorable mentions. There's some great covers there. And I don't buy a lot of new books. We know that, but
No, you don't.
There's some on there that make me want to buy new books.
That's all I care about. If I can make Dr. Paul want to buy new books, I did my job.
There's 3 or 4 books there that I'm like, man, I should buy new books again. Oh.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want to do it. God, a lot of us.
I'm not as good as you with letting things go, so I have a hard time selling, and that's one of the reasons. One of the reasons I focus on Silver and Golden Age books is because it's one of the ways that I can sort of manage my mania with collecting. Right, new books are so available, and there's so much cool stuff coming out that I would have to dedicate multiple rooms in my house if I were buying new books. So I had to.
Hey guys,
it's a self-preservation thing.
Guys, if you're still watching live, and if you haven't, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. We can't leave yet. Let me know in the comments, everyone watching in the comments live, who's seen the Kraven the Hunter trailer with Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think it's awesome, personally. I liked it.
I've heard like very strong feelings on it. I've not watched it myself yet, but it's like 2 out of every 3 is like it's amazing, and then the third one is like it's garbage.
It's just hard to please people, dude. How do you please everybody? Listen, with that being said, you and I have a project we need to work on.
Sure.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I love this book. You know what?
If
you let me work on that, you may have a very difficult time prying it back out of my hands, bro.
Well, look, this is going to give you, oh my goodness, gasms. Yeah, man. Let's see what you can do with this. This is it. This is ASM 15. Untouched, unrestored. It's just raw. It needs a little TLC. It's the first Kraven.
Yeah.
All right. So
incredible Steve Ditko. I've actually already clean and pressed one, and it's an incredible book. Yeah. That's one of it might be my favorite of like his original rogues under Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. I mean, obviously Green Goblin's great, but Green Goblin in his origin, in his first appearance, I don't think it's quite as strong as Kraven's, but no. Yeah, anyway, it's a favorite of mine. I love it.
I have Green Goblin's first appearance. It's wacky.
Yeah, right? I say things, I sometimes tell people, like, we talked about that, Luke Cage's origin and first appearance is amazing. And from the same era, you have the Punisher's first appearance, which does have a great cover, But if you read the story, it's embarrassing how bad it is, right? Now, of course, they
I have
develop
some
the character
projects.
later.
Oh yeah, guys, if you're still watching, I do sell books online, key books and all. But I got some majors. If you guys are looking for major stuff, look, is this the first Juggernaut?
Is it 12? Doesn't
This
quite
is
look right.
13.
13, second appearance.
Here it is. I got some projects for you, man. You got some cleaning to do. Look at that. Look at that. I can hear the excitement.
I love playing with the old books. The older the better. But
look, he's trying to hold it together.
I've got a pipeline, but I would be happy to get those in the pipeline, man. That'd be great. Just do a collaboration together.
This has masking tape on it.
Yeah, I mean that's rough, but we can deal with it.
Well, you can. This is the Beast Origin. I gotta stat. See, guys, I think some guys on Instagram think I'm a Johnny come lately. No, I've actually been collecting comic books for 4 decades now.
Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time. I just started doing it online with you guys. But no, right. I got some shit. I got some good stuff. Listen, I do need to move. Dr. Paul, what would you say? I want to get about. I want to try. First of all, this is beautiful. I would like to try to get close to $5,000 for this, like maybe 4,500.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is beautiful.
Put it out there. I think that's fair market value right now. When you put it out there on your Instagram, I think you'll find buyers.
Oh yeah.
It is my favorite actually of all the Silver Age first appearances. Because really? I think because Bill Everett is, so Stan had his hand in all of the Marvel, Silver Age first appearances, right? He did most of them with Jack Kirby. He did some with Steve Ditko. He did some with Don Heck. In the end, this one was a little bit later in the Silver Age, and he did it with Bill Everett. And Bill Everett is a freaking genius from not just the Golden Age, but the beginning of the Golden Age. Bill Everett created the Submariner when Stan Lee was still in high school, right? So Bill Everett was a legend already. And I think his involvement in that book made it the most polished and the cleanest and just the best of all of the Silver Age first appearances, in my opinion.
I want you to make a video using this book.
Yeah, we'll do a whole series, not just one video. That deserves probably, we'll see.
See if you can pump
my video where I have my 9-step comic book conservation process, right? And step 1 is, review, assessment, and come up with your game plan. And so, I sort of usually do a whole video series when I do a conservation.
Cool. See if you can bump this up in your queue, because it's with the release of the Craven movie.
It's timely. Yeah. Well, I said, you might have a hard time getting it back out of my hands if you send it to me, bro.
Oh no.
I might owe you. That might be how you get relief for your wallet. I might owe you for that one.
Cool, man. Well, hey, anything else before we get up out of here?
Nothing but my gratitude for inviting me to your show, giving us a great list that I know you put a lot of work into, and gratitude for the live viewers and the viewers that'll catch this over the weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, everyone who watches it live, you already got the countdown. As you know, I put out the full list every Friday on Instagram. So, I'm going to go check Instagram now, because usually people message me afterwards, and I see you around. Take care, guys. Thanks for showing up live, and we'll check it out on the special episode next time, right?
Oh, actually, do you know what? I was thinking right after I said that, before we say goodbye. Next week, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky for business. It'll have to be the week after. That'll be the week of the 4th of July. We'll do it that week.
Yikes. We'll see what happens. I'll put out a notice when we figure it out.
All right, sounds good.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
Bye, y'all. Take care of one another.